Hello, everybody. My name is Jenny, and I'm doing the HCG diet. I'm on day 17 of that diet and had a little backslide happen yesterday. So let's talk about it. All right, day 17. Um, what all happened yesterday kind of goes into what we're talking about today. Yesterday I, food wise, ate my toasted tortilla with the chicken inside, about an eighth of a cup of mozzarella cheese, a whole bunch of lettuce. I think I did no tomatoes yesterday, just wasn't in the mood for cutting them and gutting them out. um, and then later in the day, I went and had another one. And then in the evening, I don't think necessarily because I was hungry. I think it was because I'm very much an emotional eater, and I was very stressed over a specific event, and just I'm an emotional eater. I wanted to eat everything that was in the house. I was this close to eating two peanut butter cups that I found in the pantry. This close. Like I had them in my hand and said, "It's been a rough day. I've been great on this diet journey. This will be a backslide. I'll catch back up in a couple days and we'll keep going." I didn't do that, but what I did do was rip off a hunk of bread off of an Italian bread loaf, and I ate that bread. So how much I don't know because it wasn't sliced. I don't know. Maybe it equaled three slices of bread. Maybe. I mean, just a handful hunk. I don't know how much fits in your hand. How much is that? Yeah, that. So, I mean, it's a cheat if there ever was one. It's purely carbs. And I mean, I guess I shouldn't say if there ever was one. The peanut butter cup would have been if there ever was one because of the vast amount of sugars that were in there. Of course, all these carbs are getting converted into sugars in my body, but at least my body's doing something and burning calories in the process of doing that. So, not good, completely off protocol, a backslide. It just is what it is. So why did I have two of the? And of course I justified the second turkey taco the second time because I figured, well, on the original protocol it says you can eat twice, even though that doesn't normally work for me and my body, and I know that, but I justified it anyway. Um, and I put even less mozzarella, so I figured that it probably was about 250 calories. So all in all, I had about 500 calories. So definitely over what I normally eat for the day. Plus, I had the bread, which, who knows how many calories were in that. There's probably 250 calories just in that hunk of bread that I ate. Maybe not quite that much, but maybe close to it. So, a terrible day. Uh, and I actually went to bed feeling not too guilty about that bread. Just kind of going, listen, you had a stressful. Who would be texting at 6:30 in the morning? Okay. Um, then I was thinking, I apologize. I just don't want that to keep dinging. Um, I thought, you know what? I didn't have the peanut butter cups. I didn't have the peanut butter cups. So I'm going to give myself a pat on the back for not. And let me tell you how close I was to opening up those peanut butter cups and just going, I just deserve it. So the bread was a side thing. I literally got the bread in the other hand, put the peanut butter cups down in a way, and I hope and I think I'm fine as of today going forward. So, why did all this happen? Well, I already explained to you that I am an emotional eater. I had some a little bit more high stress events happening later in the day, and it just was very hard for me to not go to food. And not just go to food, but go to bad food is really what I want. You want comfort food when you want to be comforted, right? So that wasn't good. The upside is, after all of that, this morning on the scale it said plus point 0.1, which isn't bad. Sometimes I think it takes 2 days for your system to really catch up with what you've done. So I'm a little nervous about tomorrow and hoping that I can have a really good day today to kind of offset what the scale, what my body wants to do on the scale for tomorrow. I feel like the water retention that comes with carbs comes a delayed day. So I think that might be reflected on the scale tomorrow. But we'll see when tomorrow comes. We'll deal with tomorrow. So, what are we talking about today? We are talking about dosing. What I found in the protocol is that you need to have 1.25 cc's in each dose of your HCG if you're doing injections, and this is equal to 125 IUs. I started getting confused when I was doing research because there's two different places it talks about it in the manuscript, and I'm like, one said 1.25, one said 125. Clearly, those are very different numbers, and there's either a decimal where it shouldn't be or there isn't. But then I realized they had different endings on them, so it's 125 IUs or 1.25 cc's. Um, Again, I don't do injections, so this is all Greek to me, but that's what you're supposed to have on a normal day. And apparently, there are bottles, the size bottles that they get that you use the injections from, that you can get about 8 doses per bottle in most typical bottles. So now, it does say 125 IU of HCG daily, except during menstruation, which is another topic I will talk about tomorrow. Well, I guess I'll start talking about it today. Until 40 doses have been given. Okay, so 40 doses being a full round. Usually 21 days is considered a round, but in this protocol, he says 40 doses. All right. You also, now that I think about it, will be taking 2 doses before your 21 days of eating P2. All right. Now, when it comes to drops or what I use BioSource Complete Diet Drops, professional grade, formulated for fastest results, full strength, 100% natural, made in the USA. And when I look at the very first ingredient is that it's so tiny I can't read it now, but that L-glucosamine or whatever it is, which is really the name for the HCG hormone, and that is the very first ingredient. And then there's L-ti something, L-apa something, L-kappa something, I don't even know what all these are. And it's so tiny, I literally need a magnifying glass to read it. But that's encouraging. It does not say it's synthetic. It says it's 100% natural. But I don't believe it by 100% natural. I think it's using natural ingredients, but it's not 100% pure HCG, because I believe if it were, it would have needed to be kept in the refrigerator. This does not need to be kept in the refrigerator. Well, interestingly, it also says on this bottle that it's a hormone-free formula. So go figure. I don't know. I don't know. But it works for me. And it's what somebody who got me on the diet was using. So I just used the same thing that she did. And she said, make sure you get professional grade, whatever you get, and try to get it made in the USA. So I just got what she got anyway, which is professional grade and made in the USA as well. Works for me. Now, I switched up dosing. I noticed about 4 days ago that I was starting to have headaches, and I didn't know what was going on, and I just kept living on Advil. And so then I cut back on how much of this I was taking. Now, you're supposed to take 10 drops. I do not measure out drop by drop by drop by drop 3 times a day, because I'm impulsive and I don't have time and I don't want to bother with it. I used to. But then also, I apologize. This is going to keep dinging if I don't open it. Group chat. I also found out from the person who recommended this to me when she did it. She said one bottle. They say one bottle. This is the crazy thing. They say one bottle is going to be one round. Okay, but one round is 21 days. And she said that she found she literally has to do 20 drops at each time, 3 times a day, to finish the bottle in a month. And once it's opened, I also want to finish it. I would say, where am I? I'm on day 17, and I'm about 2/3 of the way through the bottle myself. I fill up the dropper, which only fills it up about this much in there, and put it under my tongue, and then I do it a second time. Okay, so I don't know how much I have, but obviously I'm having more than just the 10 drops. But then again, I've done 20 drops in the past because I want to use up the bottle in the treatment time. Okay, coincidence? Maybe. I don't know. We had a huge weather front come through. I mean, it was really bad. I was just talking to my daughter. She lives 2 hours away, but laterally across 2 hours away, and she had the same front come through where she was. She's had a couple days of headaches too. I wonder if like the weather front may have had something to do with it. Like bad. Like this is the end of April and we got dumped with 5 inches of snow in one day. And it was 80 degrees like 2 weeks ago. So, and it's going to be 80 degrees next week. Like it's just crazy. Like, and so it was like a 40-degree temperature change, which is not unusual where I live to have 40-degree temperature change from one day to the next. It goes up and down. Oh, cat, sorry. Sorry for this video. It's just a mess. Um, but this was, I think, being the time of the year it is and the significant amount of snow that it dumped, and that I think that the barometric pressure may have been doing craziness with both of us. She actually went to her health clinic and they drew blood because she had her vaccination, and it was Johnson and Johnson. Um, they administered on campus these vaccinations about a week before. And so she just wanted to make sure, because her headaches were really bad, that there was nothing wrong. So they ran blood work and everything was perfectly fine and she was normal. And she was like, they're like, I don't know why you have the headaches, just monitor it. Eventually they'll go away. And I told her I'd been too. So that may have been what was going on. And coincidentally, I contributed to the HCG drops as she contributed to the Johnson & Johnson vaccine. And may have all just been the weather. We don't know. Nevertheless, I cut back. I cut back to only once a day. Like I cut back significantly. The headaches did go away. Of course, the weather is also clearing up. I don't know. I don't know. This is clearly not a scientific research. Um, but I've done that for the past 2 days where I've only done drops in the morning. And this morning I've decided I definitely need to do them twice a day. So I'm going to do them in the morning. I'm going to do them in the afternoon too. I'm not going to wait till evening because I don't want to get hungry. But I think that's what was happening yesterday, is that normally I don't feel that need to eat again. And I did yesterday. And probably would have done without the bread, but you know. But I mean, I've been stressed in the past week, in the past month over other things, and I've been able to pretty much stick to protocol and not fall off. So I think part of it was just the fact that my body was kind of saying, hey, let's have some food. Um, so today I'm going to start back on twice a day. So there you go. That's what I know about dosing. Um, I do know that if you start to feel hungry while you're on HCG, it's possible that you need a higher dose, whether it be the injections or whether it be the drops or whether it be the dissolving things under your tongue or there's a patch. I mean, there's all different kinds of things now. Used to just be drops and injections. Um, I am also aware that there are circumstances where um, people need to decrease their dosing when they get hungry, that it can get to a point that it overdoes it and it kind of tricks your body, and you really literally need to pull back on how much dosing you're doing, and then that hunger goes away if you have hunger. So sometimes you have to increase it, sometimes you have to decrease it. I think more times than not you probably have to increase it. But I thought I'm going to decrease it for these other reasons, and then after I decreased it I was fine, but I think it was just kind of in my system for a couple days, and then yesterday it started catching up with me. So today I'm going to do it in the morning, I'm going to do it in the afternoon, and hopefully we will be right back on track. And God willing, if I could lose 0.2 pounds tomorrow like I did the last time I gained 0.1, it will make me feel good and feel like, okay, that balanced out the 0.1 plus I've lost another. That's my goal. I don't know. I shouldn't say that's my goal. It is what it is. My goal is to eat healthy today and stay on P2 and not cheat. That's my goal. All right, it was good talking to you. Not a whole lot of juicy information in today's video, but just some general stuff. Another reason for stalls and all that we're going to talk about tomorrow. We're going to jump into the whole topic of menstruation. Maybe tomorrow. I am really booked with classes and I am not sure if I'm going to be able to get a video in, and then we get into the weekend. I really don't want to be talking all about menstruation with the boys in the house. I mean, who cares, right? I don't know. Isn't it weird? Like, I don't mind people watching the videos, but I feel subconscious while I'm typing them. Feels weird. I don't know. I have issues. So I'll talk to you at some point this weekend, at the latest on Monday. And menstruation, which is a huge topic for me right now, is going to be what we're talking about. Take care. Like and subscribe. Let me know what videos you want to see, what topics you want to hear about, which ones you want me to review and go over again. If it's an old video and you don't feel like digging in the archives and finding it, that's fine. I will make another one, um, and we'll go from there. Happy day. Bye.